Hey guys, what's up? Shinobi here, coming to the video, and in this video, I want to show off something that I've had for a while and been wanting to do a review on. I got this about a couple months ago, I want to say, like maybe two. Hasn't been too long. Might have only been a month, I can't really remember. But I've been having a lot of fun with this system. It's become a thing that I bring with me almost everywhere that I go, and that thing is the NVIDIA Shield. And if you guys don't know what this beautiful console is, then you need to, and that's what this video is for. And the one that I bought came with a case, and this is actually a really nice case. Like if you push in on it, it's really sturdy, and it even has a little thing where you can plug in for the charger in the back right there. So, okay, I'm going to get into some overview footage of me showcasing it. I'm going to do an unboxing, going to review, like do a little review, I guess, show what it's capable of and what I've been doing with it. So I'll get right into that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, and here we are with the unboxing. So I'm going to unbox it, and then I'm going to cut to some footage of me showing off the system, powering it on, showing what it's capable of. So, if we just lift this off right here. Okay, set that off to the side. And here's where we get into it. So we are going to lift this up to reveal the charger and a manual. So now that we have that, we are going to open up the other side to reveal the system itself. And you take off this little plastic thing right here, you have your system, and I'll show it to you guys. It's about the size of my hand. If I hold it in my hand, it's about the size of my hand. Put it up next to my face, just so you guys get a good idea of how big it is. So yeah, pretty nice size. So basically, this might not look like much, but this actually lifts up right here, and it's actually a gaming console. It's pretty much a console. So I am going to get into some footage of me playing some games, showing off what some stuff does. So I'll get right into that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, and here we are with the NVIDIA Shield Portable. And as you can see, it basically is a Android tablet. Not a tablet, I should say a smartphone, because it has a 5-inch screen. You can use the Google Play Store, and if you guys don't know what the Google Play Store is, it is basically a Apple Store, which you can download games, media, anything that you want. 1,000 or so games. Looks like it just turned off on me. There it is again. So I'm going to show a couple of the things that I got before I go into the main part, the emulation. So we have Pandora and YouTube, and here you have all of your Google apps. And if I scroll over to the right, you can see all of my emulators and some games, and here I have all of my streaming. Now before I get into these emulators right here, I am going to talk a little bit more about the system, and then I'm going to show you one of the other features about it that is not included with the emulations. So, as you can see, it has built-in speakers. You can turn the volume up or down. You can turn it all the way up to where it's incredibly loud, like that, or you can turn it all the way down to where it makes no noise at all. I'm going to put it about halfway in between, a little bit past halfway, so you guys can hear it, but you can still hear me over it. Now, there are also, in the back, is where you can plug it into your computer and whatnot. You have first of all, you have triggers, really nice responsive triggers. All of these are really nice. You have a headphone jack, a mini USB, a mini SD card slot, and a mini HDMI slot. Okay, so let me flip this system back over. And another thing that I wanted to show off was if you press this button right here, you will be shown the grid games. And these grid games are all games that come free with the system. So basically, you can play all of these games, and I'll scroll through all of these so you can see them. You can read all of the names. Psychonauts is a fun game. So is Borderlands. Some, not the newest games, but games that are still cool games, like Witcher 2, Street Fighter X Tekken, Dead Island, Darksiders 1 and 2, that's nice. Batman Arkham City, a couple of those ones. And some games that I've never heard of, like Pixel Junk Monsters. There's a whole bunch of Lego games on it. Just cool games, and I'm going to show off one of them so I can show you how it works. And that game is Strider. So I'll press resume game. I had a game going for that one. Mission failed. Uh-oh. I'm going to hold it in my hand and try to make sure you guys can still see it. And the sound is really nice and crisp. So is this. I have the brightness turned down just a little bit so you guys can see. And as you can see here, it works really nice with that. And Strider on PS3 is running with minimal problems, and those problems are due to my internet, not because of the system itself. My internet is being a little slow right now, not entirely sure why. But as you can see, Strider works fine. Going to set it down, reposition it, and press the home button right here. So, a whole bunch of games that you can play for free, no charge at all. You're not going to get a monthly fee or anything like that. Just straight up free games, which is awesome. And I'm going to move over, and here we have the emulators. And these emulators are all really awesome. I've used a lot of these. I'm having some problems. I can get the Neo.emu to work, and I can get some of the ROMs to work off of this one, but it asks me to insert a coin. I don't know how to insert the coin, so I'm not going to be showing off any of those. And I also, sadly, cannot get the TurboGrafx-16 ones to work. So I'm going to be showing off the Game Boy Color, the Super Nintendo, the NES, the Game Boy Advanced, and the Mega Drive, or, as the United States people know it as, the Sega Genesis. So, let's get into the Game Boy Color, and right here I have some Shantae going. And as you can see, Shantae is running just fine. I just have it started up. And if you hold down the right trigger, put my finger on the right trigger, you can fast forward. And I just started a game of Shantae not too long ago. So as you can see, Shantae for the Game Boy Color is working just fine. A game that I normally wouldn't be able to have because I don't feel like spending $300. I'll just let you listen to that sound for a couple of seconds. Really nice sound. So as you can see, that's awesome. Super Nintendo. Going to back out of my game so you guys can see what the interface looks like. And as you can see, I have a whole bunch of games. I will back out of that and go to a game that I can show you guys. Let's go for Super R-Type. So, again, I'm going to awkwardly hold this over my camera. Fast forward it. Okay, we're going to do a horrible game of Super R-Type. I'm not too good at the shoot 'em up genre, but I enjoy playing them. I'm just not good at ducking and weaving out of different things. So, anyways, yeah, Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo. A game that is working really nice. The sound and the thing itself is just working really nice. Okay, now that I know I have the Super, that's nice. So, this is just a really awesome system just to play all of your games on. As you can see, I just died there. So, moving on to the NES. Going to start up a game of Little Samson. And as you guys know, I don't own a copy of Little Samson, and let's just say that $1,250 is a little out of my price range. I'll turn down the volume a little bit. And for anyone that has any Android consoles, like iPhones, or like not iPhones, but you know what I'm talking about, the Android phones, you can get these emulators and play them, and it has touchscreen pads. All you have to do is get the ROMs off of the thing, and then it'll just download them and get all of that going. So anyways, yeah, Little Samson. So, okay, that's NES, going to Game Boy Advance. Here's a Game Boy Advance game that I really enjoy playing, Summon Night Swordcraft Story 2. And it's basically like a Tales of game on the Game Boy Advance, except you can make your own. You make your own weapons and you forge them by going through dungeons and collecting materials. And you can also get materials by fighting these monsters. So, a really awesome game that's really underrated for the Game Boy Advance that I don't hear too many people talking about. And that's one of my favorite games that I currently don't have. And the last emulator that I have, I'm going to back out of the game on that one too, and the Mega Drive, or Sega Genesis. And I have a game of Altered Beast loaded right here. Not doing too well on it. I'm not the best at Altered Beast by any means. And if anything, this is one of the games that one of the more popular games that I'm not too good at. So, again, the NVIDIA Shield Portable. A wonderful system. I'll try to put it up next to a Xbox 360 controller, or actually, here's a PS3 controller, and I'll put these right next to each other, up against here, and as you can see, the size comparison is pretty similar. So, the NVIDIA Shield controller is just slightly bigger than the PS3's controllers, and overall it's a really nice hefty system. It uses the Tegra 4 processing from NVIDIA, so you're guaranteed a wonderful console. So I'm going to cut to the end footage and I will be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. So that was the NVIDIA Shield, powered by NVIDIA Tegra, as you can see on the back. So yeah, these triggers are also really nice, and so are these buttons right here. Really nice placement, really nice everything. Overall, I really enjoy this system. It's something that I take with me everywhere. It's basically this whole entire collection in the palm of your hands. You can put any game that you want on it anytime. You want to put a new emulator on it, or a new ROM, like if you see a game that you like, you can just download it off of a few websites. Like if you're going to start downloading ROMs and stuff, definitely go to romhustler.com. Romhustler.com is what I used for almost all of these. Some of them don't work. You have to have a .zip file. You can't have the .7z file, because if you have a .7z file, then it will not play them. So for Super Nintendo and Genesis and stuff like that, you'll have to find some other website. But for the newer ones, like for Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, I'm trying to think. I don't know which other ones work on ROM Hustler, but it's definitely worth checking out, because ROM Hustler is a lot quicker than Cool ROMs and Love ROMs and all these other ROMs, Emu Paradise. It's just faster, and if you're downloading a whole bunch of them, you can get them all really quick and in the palms of your hands as soon as possible. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this thing right here, the NVIDIA Shield Portable. It's a wonderful system in my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. I'll do a little 360 right here. You can see that it has the Tegra 4 processor. Yep. Good to use the Google Play Store and all that. The back of it. And I don't know, if anybody's into PC gaming, you'll know that Crysis 2 is a hard game to run good. If you look up YouTube videos on the NVIDIA Shield, you can see someone running Crysis 2 on it for, it was like 60 frames, I think. 60 frames on Crysis 2 on this little thing right here. So it is just a beast of a machine. It even has little cooling fans right here. I was reading some comments that people have left on reviews, and they said that they turned the volume all the way up on this, and they use their Pandora, and they just listen to this because the speakers are so good. This console was really well made, and yes, I'm calling it a console because it deserves to be called a console. It is my emulation station. It is what I use for all of my emulations on everything. And I mean, like, you can even use this as a little mouse right here. This one right here. You can use this as a mouse. So I mean, you can surf the internet with this thing, and it's just really awesome. And I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Brother Shinobi, signing out.